So why is red meat so nutrient dense? I'm a farmer and I raise cows for a living. So I get to watch these things on a daily basis, and it's clear to me why red meat is so much more nutrient dense than other meats and indeed other plant foods, plant sources of nutrition for humans. Now, the soils all across our country, I'm in the UK, but all across the world really, on our agricultural land, are depleted. They are deficient, okay? They're deficient in minerals and deficient in biology. Now, if nutrition isn't in the soil, it doesn't make its way into the plants that we grow. So if that's vegetables, or if that's grass, or if that's cereal crop like wheat, the plant growing out of a deficient soil becomes a deficient plant. It's deficient in something. What it's deficient on is going to depend on so many factors, usually a mineral or something like that. Here's why red meat becomes so nutrient dense, because ruminant animals, cows, sheep, deer, animals like that, have the ability to forage for their food and select the plants they want in their diet and accumulate those nutrients inside of their muscle tissue over a long period. So for example, my cows are going to take between 2 to 3 years to grow to their full maturity before they're harvested for their meat. So that's 2 to 3 years, over 1,000 days, just trying to do the maths. Over 1,000 days of accumulating nutrients as it goes. And even if the cow is eating nutrient deficient plants, it still has the ability to become a nutritionally complete animal, and an animal in a state of full health, because it has access to different species of plants, and it might also have access to supplemental feed or supplemental minerals that a farmer such as myself might give the animals access to. So over time, the animal can accumulate what it needs to stay healthy. That's all the animal's trying to do. It's trying to stay healthy enough to live and reproduce and survive and grow to full maturity. And it's going to do whatever it can along the way to do that. It has a very complex gut system that enables it to do it. And ruminant animals have been evolved to do this over thousands of years. This is their game. This is what they do. They've evolved on very scarce forages. This is why they have 4 guts and a very, very complex system. This is why they can store fat and then burn fat to sustain themselves when forages are low. They are made for this. They are made to survive on very scarce amount of nutrition. Therefore, they can accumulate that as much as they need to grow full, healthy, mature cells and tissues, and then we come along when the animal is mature and we harvest that animal for meat, in my case beef, and that animal tissue is nutritionally complete. And for a species such as humans, we are adapted then to make great use of that animal tissue from another species of animal, a red meat especially. So that's why red meat is just nutritionally more complete. Let's loop back to the plants again. So if us as humans are looking solely to plant foods to source our nutrition from, slowly we're going to become nutritionally deplete. Like I said, if the soils are deficient, the plants are going to be deficient. So unless we supplement in and make up for these deficiencies, that diet as a whole, if it was just plant foods, is going to be deficient of several things. On a macro basis, it might be deficient in something like protein or perhaps omega-6s or something like that. On a micro level, it might be deficient on all sorts of things, all sorts of minerals, vitamins, and micronutrients. And those things are really hard. We can't know that. You can tell some stuff from like the color of your vegetables or the taste of your fruit, but it's very hard to know exactly what we're deficient in. and that makes it hard to supplement us as humans. You might be deficient in calcium and you don't know, and you're not taking a calcium supplement, and then you're going to have things show up in your health day to day that you're wondering why you don't feel right and you can't put your finger on it, and that could be the reason. So there we go. There's another advertisement for red meat and for cows and the job they do. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you found that interesting, and stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.